Hello Flosstube, I'm Nicole and this is DDs Flosstube episode number 99. Oh my god, we're getting close to the 100. So let's get started. Well, good morning or good evening everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me while I prattle on about the things that I've been doing in my craft room. Specifically today we are here for cross stitch. So if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by, and while you're here don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then that way you're not going to miss out on any of my future crafty uploads. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by yet again. All right, so it's been 2 weeks since I have updated you on what I've been doing. Last week we had the tree loppers here, so it was very difficult to record when I've got chainsaws and all sorts of stuff, wood chippers and you name it. It was noisy out there, but I'm back again now. This week I've had some not great stitching days this week. I haven't been able to stitch on my Halloween Quaker as much as I would have liked to. I got a couple of hours in, but I did not get the 7 hours that I was hoping to get into it this week. I am getting closer to a finish, which is great, and we won't be doing a stitch with me today because I completely forgot today is Savannah's last day of school. I thought it was next week, but it's not. It's this week. So anyway, I've got to go and pick them up and whatnot. So I'm just going to wrap things up pretty quickly today. So I won't keep you long. I just wanted to check in and say, hey, I'm still here and I've got some stitching done. Now, most of this stitching has been done over the past 2 weeks. Majority of it was done last week because this week has just been so hit and miss with stitching because we've had presentation nights and all the rest of it. I was a week behind basically with everything that was happening. I still thought I had another week yet. And then I didn't know that her mock-up day was on today. I thought it was next Thursday, which I had counted for that for all my filming and everything. But I didn't account for, for today. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, so while you're down there subscribing and hitting the bell icons, don't forget to give this video a like as well. First things first is I'm going to start with, I am going to start with my Christmas one. Okay, I know that this is not my Halloween or anything to do with DDs Spooktober, but this is what I've got done so far. We have moved it down and we are working on the little shop. Now, it is this one here. Okay, that's what it's, the little piece that I'm going to work on, and I'm doing it as a whole piece. I don't have the whole piece out here, but it's coming along quite nicely. I'm pretty happy with it. I've got threads and everything hanging out of it as you do as you're going along, but yeah, it is coming along really nicely. So I'm probably a little bit behind on that, and I've got a retreat next week that I'm going to, so I'm going to take that with me so I can get some more into it, and I might end up doing a little bit of filming up there as well, and I'll just put I'll do a voiceover on it, and yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. All right, so that is that one. The other one that is my focus piece, so that is a focus piece that I'm trying to get done by the end of the year. I don't know how well I'm going to go. I'm going to give it a red hot bash, but I don't know how well I'm going to go. The other one for this month, which is my focus piece, is Halloween Quaker by Lola Studios, and I'll pull the, sorry about the rustling, but that is the picture. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. There are so many mistakes in this. It's unbelievable. So now I'm at the point where I am just fudging the hell out of it to get it done, and I don't care. I've got to the point now where I've just buggered it up that much. I don't know where I've buggered it up, and so I'm just filling it in as much as I can. Yeah, like they're just slightly out. From what I can gather, I've made a mistake somewhere in the houses. I don't know. And this pretty much, and it might not even be in the houses. I can't find a mistake there. So it could possibly be further up the bottom row. I don't know. As I said, at this point, it's a Quaker, so I can shift and move things around. It doesn't really matter. The outside border is supposed to be okay, but my tree is even out by 1 or 2. So there is somewhere down the bottom. I have made a mistake somewhere. I'm not going to try and find it. I've just got to the point now where I am so over this piece. I just want to get it done and dusted. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm just so over it because I have obviously made lots of counting errors in this, and the only thing I can put it down to is the fact that I've done a lot of this as I've been talking on live streams and or by Stitch With Me's. And I think that I've just miscounted because I'm talking and not really concentrating, and that's what I've done. So I'm glad it's happened on this piece because the simple fact is that I don't have to, like, yes, the frame, it's going to throw the frame out a little bit, but you know, I can work with that. I can live with that. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't look like a mess. It's not a red hot mess, but there's a lot of mistakes. But anyway, I've got threads hanging all over it. I'm working down in this area down here, and as you can see, I've got my tree in, and my tree is 1 or 2 past this one up here. I'm not really going to, I like looking at it like that, you can't really tell. So once it's in a frame, unless you're sitting there counting it, and as my lovely friend Gail says, it's not as if the chart sits right beside it, so it doesn't really matter. And I can live with that. It looks like houses. I'm just working this house here, so I've just got the gables to go, and then there's a moon behind it there, and then I'm just be filling them in. So I haven't got as much as I would have liked to, and most of that was done last week. So I haven't got as much as I would have liked to get done this week for obvious reasons. But and I've still got a back stitch here. I decided I didn't want to have a black letter in there, and so I've gone with my maiden name in this because the R was a little bit too cramped. And I think I talked about that last time because I did this last time. So I'm just going to backstitch that. But overall, like when I pull it out, it looks really good. It might be a case that I might have to put, like in a couple of spots, I might have to put a couple of these little ones in just to feel things in. I think there's a bat that goes up here. There's another bat that goes here. Then we've got some other little, like these little things, and a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern. And then we've got the spiders. The spiders, I'm not doing all the little stuff around it. I'm going to move up to the spiders next. Because I need to get them. I've got to go over to her website and get that because apparently there's an error in it. Not that I can see it on the chart. So unless I've got a new chart, I don't know. So I've got to go over and compare. But yeah, so then it'll be back to the spot where I know that there is a definite mistake, and I will probably have to pull those cats out. I'll put the skeletons in and then work from there. All right, I did get some other work done, and as you know, I spun up. The only 2 that I didn't work on in the last 2 weeks was Pandemic, and I got 2 stitches in, and then I got interrupted. I'm not even going to bother to show you because you wouldn't even see where it is. So I didn't work on Pandemic, and I didn't get to Wicked, Tricksy and False. So I am going to actually work on Wicked, Tricksy and False tonight, which is Friday night. And then I'm going to also put in some time tomorrow morning before I've got to scoot off and do some stuff into Pandemic. And then I will start working on the ones that I'm going to roll up, which I will insert in just a second. All right, so let me just see which ones I've got. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head which ones, but these are the ones that I've worked on. So we have 3 Witches by Barbara Anna Designs. Nearly threw it there, and that's what it's going to look like. Oh, are you kidding me? I can hear the wood chipper again. We've had rain here, so it's held them up. They're back. So I'm going to have to wrap this up because is it the wood chipper? No, it's a lawnmower, so it's going to go for a bit. Hopefully you can't hear it. All right, so that's what I worked on. Now, when you've seen this, I had only done a little tiny bit. So I'm going to quickly show you on the actual chart, so I don't care. Like, there's this bit here. That's what I done, so that was very quick. You can't see that. Can't see the rest of it. It's just one little section of it. So, yeah, so I actually got a fair bit done on this because this rolled up twice. And I only spent a couple of hours on this each over the 2 weeks. So let me just hold it up on this here. So that's what I got done. So I've just started putting her, when I finished up with this, I just started putting her legs on, and it's the middle witch. So I've got, now I'm up to like body parts and whatnot, and then I'll finish the stars off. So I'm pretty happy with the progress on that. I'm using CXC threads for this, and this is cream 32 count linen. I don't know what type of linen, but it's just linen. We're just going to go with linen. So I'm pretty happy with all the work that I got on that. And I'm going to put them away as I go, because we still have not found Halloween in quilt. It's gone. It's just gone. So yeah, I'm calling it. I'm not very organised today. I feel a little bit disjointed with all my filming and everything, trying to work around my neighbourhood. So this one is called Halloween and Cross Stitch by Ciro Ibatakiri. And did I say that quick enough for you that time, Gail? Gail laughs at me because I couldn't say it when I first started working on these charts. I could not say it at all, and I kept tripping up. And Gail taught me how to say it. So, and then I start to doubt myself. As soon as I go to say it, I start to doubt myself. And Gail has a little giggle every time she hears me say it, because I slow right down. So hopefully I said it fast enough for you this time, Gail. You'll hassle me about that when we see each other, I'm sure. Anyway, this is what the chart's going to look like. It's absolutely adorable. I absolutely love it. There's not a lot to this chart. It's just spread out quite a bit. And I've still got this in the hoop because I put some more into this last night. And so I do have things. So I'm basically, when you seen this last, I had the hat done and the safety pin. So I've done the spider, the back stitching for the boo, and then I've started coming down here, like that's just cross stitches. The whole spider's cross stitches. And then I've got to put some white into him, but like even if I left it like that, it doesn't really matter, because it's like there's the white and there's the gaps, and the same as up here, it's got whites in it. So I don't know whether I'll put them in or not. But, and then I've counted 4 times before I put a cross stitch in, because it was such a bit, like I had to go a fair way, and we have established I can't count. And I started putting the spider in and the back stitch. So I've got all the lettering done and the back stitching done, the spider and part of the hat. So this is now the little witch. Where we go? This is a little witch. So I'm just here. No, so she's cute. I like her. She'd be just cute on her own. Like this one actually really lends itself to doing some smalls out of it. Like you could just take this section and have that as a little square pillow. You could take this one here and not have all this, and turn that into a little picture, like a little framed one. This one you could frame up or turn into a pincushion. Like it really does lend itself to just pulling bits of, even this little shoe down here. And like you could actually shorten the back stitch a little bit and just like bring these up a little bit to turn it into a little cushion. So yeah, which I may end up doing with some of this, because it's pretty cute. Like, so yeah, I worked on that for I think about 2 hours. And like I've also had the magazine going out as well, which we'll talk a little bit about as well. Now, Pick Your Poison rolled up twice as well. And as I said, I didn't work on Wicked, Tricksy and False or Pandemic. So Pandemic was from last week and Wicked, Tricksy and False was from this week. And I didn't work on that. And this one is in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. And it was the 2020 special, and it's by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it is Pick Your Poison. Okay. And when you seen this last, I only had one little bottle done on this. So let me just pop something behind it so we can see a little bit better. And that's what I've got done. So I only had this bottle here done. So I've done the second bottle, and I'm doing the back stitch as I go, and then I've done the Pick Your. And I've done you can't really see it because there's a lot of threads that I've got to cover up and whatnot. So I've started doing the shadowing that'll go under the other 2 bottles. So once I finish those 2 bottles, I'm pretty much halfway through, a little over halfway through. And so I'll see, hopefully this will spin up again and I might even get this finished by the end of the week. I'm definitely taking this away with me for the retreat because it's on the weekend of Halloween. So I'm taking away my Halloween stitching and my Christmas stitching as well. It's pretty easy to stitch up to, and it's got some fractional stitches in it, and it's got back stitching, not super hard. This one here, I was a little bit disappointed. I had planned to stitch on this, and I ended up only getting 45 minutes into this, and it is Halloween at Hawk Run, and that's what it's going to look like. This is stitched on 28 count even weave from Sew It All Australia called Rustic, and it is, I'm pretty sure it's called Rustic. I'll just double check it. Even weave. But yeah, Rustic. And it's like like a mottled fabric. So see there, it looks like. So last time you seen this, I had the cauldron done and the lighter orange done. So I only got like 45 minutes into this, and I was interrupted by phone calls continually, and then children coming in and all the rest of it. So I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get much more into this. So after the last phone call, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put the black in to get over to the first witch. So this is the beginning of the first witch, and so it's the center block that I'm working on. So there's the cauldron. So I've come over to this witch here. So that's sort of what I'm trying to do now. So this is another one that is going to go away with me because I'd really like to get some stuff in. And I'm also going to take Halloween Quaker with me as well. So I'm there for the Friday, Saturday and Sunday we leave. So I'm going to basically split my days up. So on Friday night, I'll probably stitch on Halloween Quaker, and then on Saturday I will pick 2 charts, and for the first half day I'll work on that, second half day I'll work on that, and then that night I'll work on something else. And then on Sunday morning, because I think we start packing up around 1 or 2, on the Sunday morning I think I will just work on one piece, maybe my Christmas piece. I don't know. I'll see how I go because I've got a film for that, and I'll just see how I go. But as I said, I was a little bit disappointed I did not get more into this, but at least now I'm over to the witch. I've double and triple checked that counting. And that's so, yeah, so I'm pretty, like, it's coming together good, and I'm using CXC threads, and the coverage is amazing. Like, look at that coverage. It's just 2 strands on 28 count. So 2 over 2. So yeah. So I'm now debating whether I like, do I spin and take those ones, or do I just take the ones that I really want to work on? And I'm thinking that I'm going to take one that's close to a finish so I can get it finished, which will be Pick Your Poison. I'm not even worrying about Halloween in quilt because, as I said, I don't know where it is. It's got to be here somewhere, but it's not. I've pulled everything out. I have no idea, and it's I don't know. I'm just going to start again. And at the end of the day, like, when I think about it, I wasn't really in love with the fabric that I chose, which was a white fabric, and I've got other fabrics here that I think would look better with it, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do it on 20 count Ada. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But that is all I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. This week has been just terrible for stitching. Unfortunately, you know, life gets in the way, and Savannah's end of last week at school is more important than cross-stitching. All right, so what other news do I have? Okay, so we are coming up to our 100th episode, and I've got a giveaway for you. Now, I am doing this a little bit different this time. I have basically everybody's going into the draw. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're overseas or whether you're here in Australia. The difference is I'm not going to be able to send stuff overseas because the postage is just too expensive, and work has dropped off a little bit for me, as it does at this time of the year. So to save some pennies, I am actually going to, if someone wins from overseas, basically you will get a $50 voucher. If you are here in Australia, you will actually get a mystery box of goodies, okay? Because I can put that into a prepaid parcel, and yeah, and then it's done and dusted. Okay, so what I want you to do, and I'm leaving it open for this week and next week, and then I will draw the winner the following week. So over the next 3 weeks, the first week in November is when it's going to get drawn. So what I want you to do is leave a comment down below, but just with the flag from your country, okay? And then that way I will be able to distinguish who's overseas and who's here in Australia. And then everybody that comments on this video and next week's video will go into the draw, and then the lucky winner will either, if they're from overseas, they will get a $50 gift voucher from 123 Stitch. And if you're here in Australia, you will get a mystery box. And so the mystery box will have things that are usable in it, things that you can stitch up. It will have lots of little different goodies in there for you. Okay, so make sure that you do it right now. Leave a comment with your flag from your country in the comments below. Now, if you want to write a comment there or anything like that, that's fine. You can write your comment too, but just make sure that you leave your flag emoji. You can start it with your flag emoji. You can end it with your flag emoji, just as long as I can see your flag. If I do not see a flag on your comment from your country, then I won't be entering you into the draw, because it is too hard to tell who is here in Australia and who is overseas. And I think that is the fairest way to do it, because I do have a lot of people from overseas that watch my channel. So I don't want to exclude you from the giveaway, because you guys have been here for so long, and 100 episodes is a big deal. So I just want to say thank you very much for turning up every week. Thank you for all your lovely comments and everything that you encourage me to do and all that sort of stuff, and all to the lovelies that send me things for giveaways and everything. We've got some giveaways coming up, so after this particular one, so yeah, so I just want to say thank you for that. All right, so don't forget, leave your flag, do it right now, and while you're down there, give this a thumbs up too. All right, so and I've put it in the middle of the video, because that way I know that the trolls aren't just going to get it, and the people that watch all my videos to the end will get that message. So this week, seeing the Christmas edition of the magazine come out. Exciting stuff. It's our first one we've been able to put as a standalone. We've got, I believe there's 11 different designs in there by 6 different designers. There's some embroidery in there, and there is also some and cross stitch as well. So I'm just going to grab, I've just got them sitting there, so I'm going to grab all of my stuff, and then I can show you what we've got in the magazine. Okay, so it's a Christmas edition, so there's a lot of little ornaments, there's little cushions and all that sort of stuff. There's a pin cushion, there's a little like you could do it as a like frame it, or you could do it as a little hoop finish, or you could do it as a flat fold or something like that. So I have done some ornaments, and of course I went down to get red ribbon, which I want for these, and none of them had red ribbon. So I'm going out next week over to Toowoomba. So and if not, I'll get them on when I'm at the retreat, because I go past Handcrafted. But there was no, in town there was no red ribbon. There was a red ribbon, but it was too like bright. It didn't go with this. So these are the embroidery ones, and these were stitched up by the lovely Jenny Trask. And I've just turned them into little ornaments that for the Christmas tree. So we've got a Christmas tree. And then we've got a snowman, and they just got felt on the back. And then we've got Santa. And we've got a little gingerbread man. And then we've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So these are all embroidery ones, and it's got everything that you need to stitch up. And these are done with Cosmo threads. And I've just finished them, as I said, in a little rectangle ornament size. It's got some because I haven't finished them yet, so it's got they've got some felt on the back, and they're quite lightweight. I've just used some mat board, and then I got some yarn, and this is velvet yarn, and I twisted it, and then I've put that on there to frame it, and they've turned out really well, I think so. Anyway, so that's one of them. And then the cross stitch design that I put in there is a little cushion for your dough bowl, and I've just finished that with some summery looking fabric on the back. I've got some chenille fluffy stuff because I like to put that on my little cushions, and it's Merry Beachmas because, hey, we're in summer here for Christmas. So yeah, I thought that was very apt. And this is a really quick stitch. This will stitch up in a weekend easily. You could start this on a Friday evening and have it finished by Sunday evening. And just, you know, because the words go together pretty quickly. The sun, that took a little bit longer, but yeah, and we've got a little bit of back stitch in there, and yeah, just to highlight the white, because it's sort of blended in with the fabric. Oh, lost for words, I'm telling you. It's just been one of those weeks. It's been pretty hectic, but that's turned out super cute. So you'll have to go and check out the magazine. The link is down below where you can find to purchase that. It's $6.95 and you get all those designs in there. That's the only embroidery in there. The rest is all cross stitch. We've got Deb from Frog Cottage Designs. We've got Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs. We have Caitlin from Noughts and Cross Stitches. We've got Susie from Stitch with Susie. You've got myself in there as well, and we've also got Zena, who is our international regular from Cyprus. So yeah, so head over to downtherabbitholemagazine.com.au, grab your copy today. It's the Christmas one. We also have other editions there. Another special edition was our Biscogne and Smalls issue, so go ahead and check that one out. That's got some cute little designs in it as well. And we are now gearing up to have the summer one come out, which comes out in about 3 weeks' time. There may be a slight delay because yours truly hasn't got her stuff stitched up yet. Yeah, so anyway, as I said, I've just been chasing. I've just felt like this last week and a half, I've just been chasing my tail, and I'm so glad that end of school stuff is nearly done. We've just got to get through the exams, and then we've just got to get through formal. And of course, her formal falls on the day that I've got my Bunya Mountain retreat happening. Yeah, so I have to get up there, set everything up, get everybody settled, and then I'm going to come back down. She has a late arrival because she has her physics exam that day, and so that's working in my favour. So I'm going to get up there, I'm going to set everything up, I'm going to, whoever's there first, go, here are the keys, here's the coffee and tea. I will be back as soon as I can because I want to see my girl walk down the red carpet in her formal dress. So yeah, so I'm going to be gone for several hours. I probably won't get back up there until about 7:30, but dinner will be all sorted and everything for everybody up there. So I've just got to run around a little bit, but I should be good. So Brendan's going to be there, Neralee's going to be there, I'm going to be there, and maybe too the people from the retreat might want to come down and see all the Year 12s arriving for their formal. But it's pretty special. Like Savannah is the only one that is gone to Year 12. My other kids have decided that school isn't for them, one for mental health reasons, the other just because she didn't want to be at school. So yeah, so basically it is what it is, and so I don't want to miss it. She totally understands that I may have to miss it. So I have said to her, please do not expect me to be there. If you do not see me, you will understand why. And she goes, Mum, I totally get it. She goes, it wasn't supposed to be on that date. That's why I booked it, and then they changed it, and it got well. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's the case or not, whether she just said that to make me feel better that it wasn't my fault for booking the retreat then. But I booked the retreat months ago, and it was way before she even knew when the date was. So that was my understanding. But she has since said that she knew what the date was, and it got changed. It wasn't originally that date, so I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. So there's going to be a little bit of chasing my tail that week as well. So I don't know how well the videos are going to go for that week. But yeah, anyway, don't forget to head over and check out the magazine and whatnot. Now, I am going to insert my spinning for this week and what I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to cut to that video now. So let's see what we're spinning up today. Wicked, Tricksy and False. This is a Heaven and Earth design. That's spun up now twice, and I didn't work on it this week, so I will get into that. Halloween and cross stitch. I'm actually really enjoying working on this, and I showed that today. Ooh, another Heaven and Earth design. Which way? I'm looking forward to getting some more stitches into that one. Number 4. Halloween at Cork Run. Excellent. I can get some of that witch done. And number 5, our lucky last for the week. And of course I am going to be working on Halloween Quaker as well. Ooh, wicked. That is another Barbara Anna designed one. So that one is almost finished, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, so that is all the charts that I'm going to be working on this week. Fingers crossed that I get some done. If I don't get them done before I film because I'll be pre-filming my floss tube on the Thursday next week, because I'll be driving on the Friday to the retreat. So if I don't get them all done, basically what I will do is I will just take those with me and then a few extra, and yeah, as I said, I probably only want to work on 3 or 4 while I'm there, because then I'll get significant amount of stitches in. And I definitely want to take Halloween Quaker. At one stage there, I was just going to take Halloween Quaker, but yeah, that always ends up me getting bored and wanting to do something else, and then buying fabric and starting something. So yeah. But anyway, that's it from me today. Have a great day, everybody. Sorry there's no stitch with me. I've really got to get going. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye for now.